A film of interest to many Catholics opened across the country last Friday. Cabrini, the story of St. Francis Xavier Cabrini, depicts the Italian nun's mission to New York City in the late 1800s, when she opened an orphanage and hospital for Italian immigrants facing hardship, poverty, and segregation. The film grossed more than $7 million on opening weekend. We're joined now by the film's producer, Leo Severino, a 20-year Hollywood veteran. His credits also include last year's indie success story, Sound of Freedom. It's so great to have you here, Leo. Is this what you expected, this reception of high-grossing, well-received film about a nun?
Well, it's what we were hoping, so I don't know if it's what we were expecting. I'm just glad that the film turned out the way that it did. You know, kudos to our director, Alejandro Monteverde.
Yes.
He's just, to me, he's the greatest director on the planet, and he has a heart for the artistic excellence, but also for films that are going to be uplifting and inspiring. And that are shining a light in kind of the darkness that is Hollywood. And that's been our hope, is to try to make films that are artistically at the highest level. You know, our first film, Bella, we hope that we've grown a long way since then. By the time we get to Cabrini and hopefully future films, the idea is to relay that truth, but in the highest artistic setting that we possibly can muster.
Well, I think you certainly did that. But some people were worried that it wasn't religious enough. You never saw Mother Cabrini, thank God. You never saw her in her state of deep contemplative prayer, which was that place of strength from which she garnered her mission. Was that an intentional decision? Was that something that you guys talked about and thought about?
No, in fact, quite the opposite. I would say if people didn't walk away with her seeing her praying, then they missed it. The focus of the film isn't just her interior life. It's so much the corporal works of mercy, the spiritual works of mercy that she engaged in, and to get this unknown saint known to as broad an audience as possible. So everything that's in the film has to be put in there to drive the story. Otherwise, it might come across as preachy to a broader audience. So I implore the audience's patience with us. We're trying to do the best that we can. You know, I would hope that people would support us trying to get this saint known. We're trying to shine a light on her life, and I think we did a pretty accurate job of doing so, you know, and prayer is certainly part of it. She quotes the scriptures. She mentions that you know, we can do all things in He who strengthens us. That's her drive, and that's expressly in the film. So it's kind of a head scratcher for people that didn't catch that. I would say maybe take a look again. See, hopefully you'll notice it the second time.
Well, I think that's an important invitation. I have a personal connection to her. Her feast day is on my birthday.
Is that right?
Yes, and as an immigrant in this country, I certainly felt called into her deep spirituality of sanctity through small things. And that personal call, I think, is one that is very much manifested in the film. I'd ask just one last question, which is the timing. Immigration is something everyone is talking about right now. This film, obviously, you didn't line it up that way. You couldn't have known that would be what people were talking about, but is the defense of the church also, and the corporal works of mercy that we all know and love, part of the message of the film? Get to know this woman, but also get to know how we can help the migrant. Yeah,
no, just like with Sound of Freedom, we didn't make the film with any political, you know, drive, any political spin on it. We just there was this problem, and it's a terrible problem, and the problem ran really, really deep. And we thought, what can we do as filmmakers? Well, we can make it known. And same with Mother Cabrini. She's an incredible saint. More than anything, it was that interior side of her, that drive, that perseverance, that faith, that deep faith that she had, that if God is calling you to do something, you do it. That was a motivating factor. It wasn't anything political. But when it comes to the immigration thing, she wasn't so much interested in her writings in immigration. She came over as a legal immigrant, obviously, and was dealing with people that had gone through Ellis Island. She was interested in the immigrant, in the person, in the dignity of whoever it is. She's the sort of person that I remember thinking as I was driving home one day, in the rare times that it rains in Los Angeles. It was raining, and there was a family that was out, and you know, some people were there helping them and giving them some money and whatnot. But I thought, I don't think Mother Cabrini would have just, even if she would have helped there, I don't think she could rest that night until she knew that these people had some sort of shelter. Yeah. That's the sort of drive that Mother Cabrini had. So it's more that individual person than it is any particular policy. Real encounter. Well, thank you so much, Leo, both for your courage and for this mission and for sharing so much with us today. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for all the support.
You can now see the film Cabrini in a theater near you.